Is resistance futile for gold, silver, and platinum? Let's look at the charts. We'll start with gold, then do silver, then do platinum. Of course, click the time codes below to go to your favorite metal. This is, of course, brought to you by Ainsley Bullion and the Gold and Silver Standard. My name's Joe. Right here, we have gold on the weekly time frame. We're using the tradingview.com website. It's priced in US dollars because the USD is currently the world's reserve currency, 1,981 US dollars per ounce. As of right now, what are we talking about? Is resistance futile? Well, hopefully many of you know that that little quote, resistance is futile, if you're a bit of a sci-fi nerd like myself. But what are we talking about in terms of the resistance being futile? Well, right here, it looks like potentially a triple top is forming, but in general in gold, and in most charts, you don't tend to have a triple top. So what we mean by that is, first you come up to a level, and then you have it's a level of significant resistance, and then you have a move down for quite a while. It moves back up. Sometimes a double top occurs, and then you see a big move back down. In general, third time's a charm though. So you don't usually see a triple top where it comes back up again and then has another prolonged period of sustained downward movement, or at least downward or sideways movement. So I think for gold, and I'm going to say for silver and platinum as well, but in particular, gold in particular, I should say, is that resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. Don't worry. I think we are going to break that. I don't think it will be a triple top. Of course, bear in mind that this is not financial advice, not advice of Ainsley, the company itself. It's my personal opinion. But many people believe that triple tops are not really a thing. You don't tend to have them. So just bear that in mind. Let's pop into the daily time frame. We have seen some resistance though. So we've come up to, in the last number of days, $2,045. We have seen in the last couple of weeks some resistance there, and we have yet to break above. Possibly, if you take a look at the relative strength index on the daily time frame down here, we did go into overbought territory all the way back here. We did have that peak at 2045, but we are moving downwards a little bit. The downwards direction in the relative strength index. So some more further downward movement in gold wouldn't be surprising. And so we have been talking about the fact that we broke out of this downtrend line right here. We did come back to retest it on the daily time frame. But if we take a look at the weekly, go back to here, and what you'll see very clearly, we have opened the week. This is Tuesday now, so definitely a red week so far. There's nothing saying we couldn't come back down to the downtrend line right here. It just depends on when it hits. And could that be further support? Yes, quite possibly. Breaking down through this downtrend line right here, you're coming down to my next level. That's between 1900 and 1880. We're not there yet. We just want to see this hold as support, and preferably right here, you can see this purple box within that range at the moment. Preferably, you can see this previous top here, 1960. Definitely the big line in the sand. We want to keep that as support. Breaking through there, then you're coming to this area, and then you're coming to this area if that does not hold. So 1960 for me, currently the line in the sand. Again, we'll pop it onto the daily, and I think you can very clearly see that as being a level of support. Don't want to break down. But resistance, I think, is futile for gold. I don't think it will be a triple top just yet. So we may have a couple of downward weeks. You never know. But I think we are looking bright for gold in the next coming months, and in particular this year. Pop a comment below. Do you agree or disagree? What do you think? I want to hear from you. So short answer is, this is the monthly time frame right now on gold. What you'll notice on the relative strength index, went into extremely overbought territory back in, that's August of 2020. You can see that double top, that moved back down. We came down below the halfway point, and it looks like the direction is moving higher. So that's why I'm confident that this is not a triple top so far, and higher prices are coming within this year. We've been talking about the area of right here, around about your 21.20 to 21.30 US dollar level. That's my first big target for gold to top out at in 2023. But you can see a red month so far for the month of May. We're only 2 days in though, so you have to bear that in mind when prices open. The start of an hour, the start of a day, the start of a week, the start of a month, etc. There can tend to be a fake out. So could this be a fake out where we come back down to say 1960, for example, and then it springs back and we end up having a green week, a green month for May? Quite possibly. Otherwise, still a healthy correction would be after this huge move back in January at the start of the year. We came from around about 1,810 US dollars, broke all the way through the last few months. So my apologies, that is March of 2023, right there, so the last couple of months. So after a couple of green candles, a red month, it's not surprising. So even if we came down to test this downtrend level that I showed you just before at say 1,930 US dollars, if we do that in the next couple of months, that's just still bringing us up to, the halfway point of this year. So very easily you could see a reversal and then the following 6 months come up to this area. So that's why I do think this is not a triple top, and I do think resistance is futile for gold. That is gold. Let's take a look at silver on the monthly time frame. Resistance has not been futile just yet. We have seen it as resistance. We've been talking about the $26 US level all the way back here a couple of weeks ago. The infamous $26 US dollar level was a clear level of support going back between 2011 to 2013 all the way back here. You can see that support level, that's $26 right here. Failed to hold for any significant period of time, so we've yet to break above and hold for a significant period of time the $26 US dollar level. So far we've double topped. If you take a look at this on the weekly time frame, we came up, resistance, 1 2 weeks. We just made a play for it the other day, and that was just yesterday. Just yesterday we sprung back up to 26. Again, it is a very significant level of resistance. So far it's a double top for silver. So is resistance futile? I'm not so sure at the moment for silver, but very confidently I can say this downtrend line, and I've been talking about this in this previous video from a couple of weeks ago, a retest of this downtrend line, very, very healthy. And as I've said many times before, once you break out of a significant pattern, this symmetrical triangle pattern right here, you break out, you make a high out of that breakout, and then you tend to, not always, but tend to come back and retest the downtrend line. So I did suggest that may be happening in a couple of weeks. It's taken a little bit longer than I thought. Quite possibly that we see that in the next couple of weeks. Just depends where it hits. It could be $23.80, but somewhere in your, very easily, sort of your $23.75, $23.80, $23.85 mark. That's on the US dollar fiat currency value, of course. So my current call for that, I think we'll see that test sooner rather than later, rather than breaking up through 26. It is a very, very, very clear level of resistance. And considering we're a double top on the weekly, I think we're coming down here in the next couple of weeks at least. So look out for that $23.80 to $23.90 US dollar level. And then we need to bounce off there. I think we will. That's just my humble opinion. Again, not financial advice of Ainsley. If we do break down through that, if you're watching these videos for the first time, because we've had a bunch of new subscribers and we've hit over the 3,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, of course, join us. If you're new to this, if we do break down through here, my next level is in this purple box, and that's somewhere between $22 to $22.50 as a significant level of support if we do break down through here and it does not hold. But I'm confident that this will hold in my current thinking. Of course, that could change next week, and we'll see what happens. Of course, subscribe to the channel and you'll get next week's technical analysis as well. And I've spoken about it before, but the next level of resistance, you're going to be looking at $30 right here. I should pop that in now. $30 will be a level of resistance. I think once we break 26, I don't think this level here of 26.90 will be that significant. It will be for me roughly that $30 level will be the next major one. So $30, and then you've got the Fibonacci level of around about 31.20, but we'll stay with $30 for now. Breaking above that 30 and holding above, then it's absolutely off to the races, and $50 won't be too far away after that. So 26 and then 30 are the next big levels. If you disagree, pop a comment below and let me know. That is silver. We're going to do platinum as well, XPT, and in the last time's video, silver cools while platinum breaks. We've been speaking about the fact that it had finally, once again, broken above this long-term downtrend line, going back all the way to February of 2008. It's had a bunch of failed attempts to break and hold for a significant period of time. So 1, 2, I think is it fourth or fifth time the charm. We have broken above, and in the last couple of weeks, we did miss an analysis last week because of Anzac Day. So we have broken above and a resistance level, or a top out so far, $1,130. And in the last couple of weeks, and this particular week of opening, we have seen some downward movement. You need to see this level hold, and very interestingly, it's all aligning with the psychological value of 1,000. So I need $1,000 to hold. Please, it needs to hold this time for at least, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks, at least a month. It needs to come down and hold and not break down, and then I'd be confident, whoa, we're looking good for platinum. If I am bullish on gold, which I am, and I am bullish on silver for the long term too, I will stay bullish with platinum as well. We have some videos on platinum fundamentals, which I'll put a link to above and below, as to why we are bullish, or why there's a bullish case for platinum. And of course, I did my gold, silver, and platinum price targets or forecasts for 2023. And you've got these resistance levels here moving higher, and the targets moving lower if we do indeed go lower. I just have to see this hold. What do you think about platinum? Are you into platinum as well? Is it the other white metal, the other grey metal? Do you like it? Do you have some? Of course, you can head over to ainsleyBullion.com.au, click the Buy Gold and Silver section right there, and that will take you to the online store, and we have lots of platinum, including one I'll do a video about probably next week, I think, or possibly later. We have our brand new Ainsley 1 ounce minted platinum bars, an Ainsley branded platinum bar. They are due for pre-order at the moment. They will be in the Brisbane store early May, just not in yet, but do check that out right there. And I'll do a special video on those once they are in, once we have the physical specimens. That is it, really quick one this week. So to top it off, or to recap, resistance is futile for gold. We are going to be breaking, I think, in my humble opinion, very, very soon, at least in the next couple of this year we will break, I think, the previous all-time high. I think we'll be making new all-time highs in gold in 2023. I've given you those targets. Bit of a cool-off period maybe the next few weeks, just bear that in mind, but this is not going to be a triple top. Very unlikely. Again, I of course could be wrong. Silver needs a little bit of more of a cool off, and platinum, we just need to hold that $1,000 level. What I'd love you to do is like, share, and subscribe to all of our socials, particularly the YouTube channel, for the wide range of informational videos that we post 5 days a week, specials, and much, much more. Thanks so much. Balance your wealth in an unbalanced world. Take care, and we'll see you next time.